Times were tough, so I sold my soul. And I don't think I'll ever regain control. Devil looked me in the eye, and I looked the other way. What else could I do? I just stared at the doorway, knew I'd rather be drunk with you.
Hey Internet, Dracofunk here. Welcome back to the 200 subscriber special. This is lucky episode 13. And I am going to take off heading north. So today I need to carefully drive between these craters and continue my regular course, finding a way towards the North Pole. I'm still super worried about the terrain around the North Pole because it does not look conducive to driving. I don't know that I'm going to be able to actually make it to where the base is because it's really not in a good place. But I'm going to get as close as I can. I would like to make it all the way, but it's just not it's not flat. And I've already had to change the course I was going to go due to the terrain. But today, I'm just going to be driving as usual. And this is just really an excuse for me to be talking for, what is this video? About 16 minutes or so. So the footage here sped up 4 times. This is about an hour's worth of driving. I did do the full hour this time. Last week, I was trying to do the full hour, and I was falling asleep while driving. And that just was no good. And if you are driving and you are falling asleep, pull over. Don't wreck your car. It's not worth it. And yeah, it's not a good thing. But today, I am able to do the full hour's worth of driving. I have successfully made it between those 2 craters. I have some coffee here to help me. I had it during the driving. I have some more during the commentary. Yeah, I am about to... I had planned to have more time during the summer, and I thought I would have more time to record and maybe get ahead, but I am not ahead at all for the 200 subscriber special. I am a couple episodes ahead for the reusable space program. Speaking of the reusable space program, that is going. The space trucks are headed back to Kerbin. Some stuff is being done. Only a few things have broke. I mean, I broke more things than I would like. But, you know, it happens, and that's part of the reusable space program. Which, this is in the save for the reusable space program. Like one big continuous Highway 47 Kerbal Space Program continuum. This is all the same universe. Like all the the all my Highway 47 Kerbal videos have occurred in this save. Speaking of which, the movie ships, they are in this save. I don't really know what to do with them. I'm thinking of maybe sending them all somewhere. I don't know. I would like to. I should probably go back and like do some more like upgrades to them. I could possibly land them all and resend them up as to continue the reusable part of the reusable space program. I kind of launched them and left them where they are. I don't know. Looking at the video that I'm doing now, the terrain here is... I had a couple moments where I was genuinely worried about the driving. And whoa, like right there. It looks worse sped up 4 times than it did. There were a couple moments where I had to like I was just really concerned with, you know, maybe tipping the rover over. Now, this rover is usually... It's pretty stable, but there is the possibility it could roll over. Now, I drove a similar rover, and I think the first subscriber special was the 60 subscriber special. I drove it from the Kerbal Space Center to the North Pole. And then the 100 subscriber special, I drove it from the North Pole of Kerbin all the way to the South Pole of Kerbin. And it kind of took a while. That was the same rover. I did have to replace the front unit because I kind of... During the 100 subscriber special, I did wreck the front unit. But I replaced it by... I didn't... Whoa, right there. That was... Anyway, I did replace it in the 100 subscriber special without cheating. I loaded a new rover on an aircraft and flew it all the way to where the other rover train had crashed. I may have slightly crashed the airplane on landing, but the rover was okay, and I was able to drive the new front-end locomotive unit over to the rest of the rover train and attach it and continue all the way to the South Pole. We had, at one point though, I did have to attach floats to drive it across a river. But other than that, it was pretty much one continuous drive. As I intend this to be as much as possible. And you know what I thought about, like... if we can get to 300 subscribers by the end of the year, I will drive from the equator of Duna to the North Pole to the South Pole. I will do that mission. I think I have an idea for that. It will involve landing some small base camps, another rover train, and I think I can do it utilizing the space trucks. At least that is one of my plans. Okay, and here is like right this part. It was a little bit sketchy. See, I'm like driving and sliding, not going in the direction I really need to go. Just trying to get up this hill. And now I really need to be going more to the right because there's a crater directly up ahead. Yeah. I think I need to go. I need that crater to be on my left and kind of go around it. I can't go as fast on the Mun as I could on Kerbin. Just due to the low gravity on the Mun, and it means that it's a lot easier to get airborne and in a situation where I have no control, or I can't stop fast enough, and that just leads to the rover rolling, crashing into something, accidentally driving into a crater. These are all things I have done, not in this save, but in just playing the game in the past. I've crashed moon rovers, many moon rovers, by going too fast. My first rover, I was so happy with it. Had been driving it around the Mun for a long time, and I came up what I thought was just a hill, and on the other side was a crater, and I could not stop. And I just went right off the edge. And the worst part was I was able to like have one of the Kerbals jump out, and they got stuck on the edge watching the rover crash down into the crater and explode. All their friends died in the explosion, and the rover was mostly no more. There were a couple scattered pieces, and it was just one Kerbal standing on the edge of the crater, looking down at all this. I don't know what happened to that save. That was a long time ago. That would have been a fun rescue mission. there's a good title card. Alright, so at this point it's been almost an hour's worth of driving. I'm going to scroll out because I need to see where I am, and I need to plan. Okay, set the brakes. I have to decide how I'm getting around these next couple craters. I could go the safe way, which is around to the left of that big crater. There's also a little... looks like there's a path to the right of the crater, but I have to drive kind of around and get in that little valley. Then there's another way that goes to the right of those two craters and around. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. That's a next week decision I'm going to have to make. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Encourage me, discourage me, whatever. I'm gonna keep heading north, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching.